Articulate Storyline now has an accessibility checker that you can use to get most of your project accessible. Notice that I say most. An accessibility checker, any accessibility checker, is never going to find everything, and it's not going to be able to make all the decisions for you. Being able to make a project fully accessible and usable is always going to depend on your own human judgment, but I do promise it gets easier the more that you do it. But let's take a look at the accessibility checker here. I'm on the main view for a slide. Pop over to View. You'll find Accessibility Checker. Now, my version of Storyline does not have AI, so this Fix with AI is not going to work for me. Maybe it'll work for you if you do have AI. But let's talk about what this window is. You have several options here, and it labels them by WCAG 2.1 conformance. WCAG are the technical guidelines that describe how to make web content accessible. Storyline projects are just another example of web content. They're basically really fancy web pages. The current federal requirement for accessibility is set by Section 508, and it stipulates WCAG 2.1. So that's why they've chosen this level of guideline. These guidelines are free. It stands for Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. You can do a Google, find all of those. It goes into very good detail for everything. But the idea here is that Articulate is saving us some work by pre-identifying what needs to conform to those guidelines and labeling them here for us. All right, so that's step one. WCAG 2.1, great. That's the federal requirement. That is the gold standard, okay? Most people refer to Section 508. If they aren't legally required to, they still will follow those guidelines to make sure things are accessible. Now, you got three options here: Level A, Level AA, Level AAA. Level AAA, these are the highest possible accessibility guidelines. Level A are the lowest. Right here, just right, Double A, these are the requirements under Section 508. That's a federal legal requirement. So WCAG 2.1, Level AA. Okay, so that's what that means. I wanted you to know what all of that meant. Now that's the top row. So you don't have to adhere to the level AAA. It's generally not expected. This is generally where you want to be. So this is lower level. This is higher level. Now down below, you have Fix in one click, and you've got Manual Fix. Those are pretty self-explanatory. As you are beginning to make a project accessible, and I always recommend building accessibly first if you can, but obviously that did not happen in this particular demo project, I would start by choosing the Fix in one click items. Now, there are several things at the project level that can make the entire project more accessible, and they might solve some of the minor issues down below that as well. I'm not going to go into each of these, but you can take a look here. It tells you which level each item is at. They're all at level AA or below it at level A. And not all of these will actually apply to your project. For example, play or pause. My entire project is by learner pace. They choose when to proceed. So this is telling me I need to enable it. There's no harm in enabling that, but it actually doesn't matter for my project. And this is an automated checker, so it doesn't really care. It is, of course, recommending the accessibility controls are enabled. My project is actually using the outdated classic player. It should be using the modern player, and I should be using those accessibility controls. And there are two things that are already correct. You see these nice green check marks here. My playback orientation is unrestricted, and my skip navigation shortcut is enabled. It gives you more information about what that is over here, and it also has a link to more information. So if you click on that, I believe it'll actually take you to the official WCAG section that describes this. So the idea with the accessibility checker in Storyline is not to do the work for you, but to provide guidance on what needs to be fixed, okay? And if there's anything here that you think, oh, that doesn't apply to me, I'm not gonna do it, like say this play pause button, you can always select skip, and then it just puts it aside and it won't bother you about it again, okay? Now I can pop back to the summary here. Let's take a look at the manual fix. So this is, I believe, everything that is a problem in my project. All right, so text styles need to be defined. I've got a whole video about headings and text formatting. This means that I've not defined text styles within my project, meaning that all of the text in my project hierarchically is at the same level. That means that it's more difficult to skim for people that use screen readers or for people that are using keyboard navigation. So instead of having headings, it's basically like a gigantic set of paragraphs. So that impedes skimmability and usability for people that are using screen readers or keyboards. I've got a yellow warning item here. Font is 12 points or larger. Now, this is something I want to take a look at and see what it's actually talking about. So if you select an item here, it'll show you what the problem is. And you can take a look at the preview here. If you want to fix it, you just select that blue underlined text there, and it'll take you right to the issue. All right, I'm going to close just to see what's going on. All right, so it's highlighted, that back button there. I can pop over to home. See, so the text here is 11 and it's recommending that the text be 12. That's a pretty easy fix, though I do have to do that manually for each button in this project. All right, let's open up the accessibility checker again. It's taking me back to where I was, which is really nice. So as I fix those things, they should disappear. I do have a lot of things that are going right. Titles are defined, so the scenes are named. We'll look at that, and the slide titles are defined and named. If you want to see what that looks like, that's referring to the story view here. Oh, these are a little bit too small for you to see. Too small for me to see. Oh, if you hover over, you can see it. So this one's labeled as introduction. There it is. This one's labeled as, come on, show me. Getting here, things to do, and plants and animals. So all of my scenes are named. You can just click in the top here and you can name those. Sorry, I've got kind of a weird view here since I'm using a little screen on my Mac and I've got a bigger screen as well. And then in the left sidebar, you can see the slide titles. So you'll see title slide, name collection, choose an avatar. All of my slides are titled, and these titles are read aloud to a person using a screen reader. So you know where that is. Those are kind of the big picture items. If you pop back into the accessibility checker, you can go through each item here. All this seems pretty doable so far. And you can also fix at each level. So I would recommend starting at level A because those are the lower level items that should be fixed. And once those are fixed, it'll make it most likely easier to fix the higher level things. We already saw these in the overall fixes, so there's nothing new here. So you just got a choice of different views with the accessibility checker. So that is the long and the short of it for the checker. I will point out that when we look at all issues, it's got a lot listed here. It's got the custom, it's got alt text information. All your images and shapes should have alt text. You can see that's a problem here with a lot of these objects that are in my project that don't have alt text. And of course, I gotta do the text styles. Now, what I notice is that it's not called me out on something really important here. I've got these buttons here that are kind of a neon green with a white font. These are not accessible. This color combo is a bad color combo that does not meet WCAG. Okay, if you go to WebAIM color contrast checker, I've got a link for that in my show notes down below. You need to have a color contrast between the font and the background that I believe is 5 to 1. I think maybe it's 4.5 to 1. Any case, use that contrast checker and it's going to give you the exact ratio that your colors are meeting, and you can play with the colors to find a shade of 2 colors that will actually meet those guidelines. Another problem here, it's not pointing out that my font or my text here is in all caps. There's not an official guideline on not using all caps, but all caps is generally kind of difficult to read. So things that are kind of generally difficult for the average user, get rid of them. This should be in sentence case or it should be in proper noun case because this is a proper noun, Saguaro National Park. And there is one more item that I want to point out. It's telling me I need to deal with the alt text for all of these items here. Now, some of them already have names because the images were named in the timeline. It's not going to tell me if the alt text is any good or not, and it's not going to tell me whether or not something should be marked as decorative, okay? So for instance, we take a look again at this slide, title slide here. I've got some decorative elements here. I've got this kind of semi-transparent box. I've got a background nature graphic. I got a box that holds the title. Now, it is not telling me or giving me any advice on whether those should be visible to screen readers or whether they shouldn't. This is another aspect where it requires human judgment. You'll notice I've got this same landscape photo on every slide because I think it looks nice. Is that best practice? It's fine. But I would probably only give it a descriptive title on the title slide so that a person using a screen reader is able to experience it in an equivalent way. And I'd probably mark it as decorative on these other slides. Again, human judgment. There's not always a perfect right or a perfect wrong, and even the way that I describe this is going to make a big difference as far as providing that equivalent experience for someone using a screen reader. So that's the quick and dirty of this accessibility checker. Again, WCAG stands for Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. You can Google those. They're available online for free. They are set by W3C, which is the international organization that sets the standards for the internet. They are the experts at internet, and we should listen to them when it comes to accessibility guidelines. As you fix items here, you'll see your counts will decrease. If you're not sure what to do, again, it gives you a description on the right-hand side here, and you can always click and find the actual guidelines themselves to get more advice for it. And you can also leave a comment down below. Maybe we can talk about your accessibility problems. This is something that I do professionally. I help people make their content accessible, including in Storyline, and I love teaching how to make things that are accessible and usable for everyone. As always, when you make something accessible, you're making it a better experience for everyone. Okay? All right, let me know what you think and whether you are already using the accessibility checker in Storyline. I'm Lindsay, and I cover instructional design, e-learning development, and all things online teaching and learning.